So as you know, in 1963 we got the first rendition of Doctor Who way before we all thought it would be cancelled in 1989, which it did. However, Whovians back then still existed and really wanted the show to come back, but with a lot of issues with it coming back, we still had some content that released within the Doctor Who cycle, and they called it the Wilderness Years. What happened in the time between 1989 and 2005? I'd say a lot, but the main focus is of course the popular things. What happened and unfortunately didn't happen. 27 or even more things released during this time, so even when Doctor Who was off air, Doctor Who still kept running. But what was the most popular thing that released in this time? Well, I would say it was between the mid-90s to 2000s, before the show began again, which had the release of the Doctor Who TV movie in 1996, starring Paul McGann, where we saw a newly regenerated Doctor with the Master who died and was supposed to be sent back to Gallifrey, however escaped and took over the body of Bruce, and tried to destroy the Doctor by taking his body instead. After the Doctor realised who he was, they need an atomic clock to stop this from happening, and oh wow, what a coincidence, it's New Year's in 1999. Well, they had one of the biggest atomic clocks, I guess. So they go there, which never went well, and the Master knew where they were because he was stalking him through his own eyesight from the TARDIS that he broke into. Fast forwarding, the Doctor gets into the Clockwork Orange type beat torture. Some other shiggle happens, but then they save the world. Personally, I love this movie and watch it all the time. Well, time to time, as well as it having the most amazing title sequence, and unfortunately didn't really have the success that it was meant to have. The original plan was that afterwards it was going to become a series where initially Doctor Who was supposed to come back, but oh well. Then Virgin Media books, some made by RTD by the way. These books, which were canon to the Whoniverse, saw a lot of stories and really made you wonder where the ideas from 2005 came from, such as Lungbarrow. This is a proper wibbly wobbly book, which, believe it or not, was basically the exact same as The Timeless Child and The Faction Paradox. Both pretty good books and also canon, apart from the ones that were adapted to the show, because then again it would kind of be a bit strange. Anyway, Doctor Who Scream of the Shulker in 2003, an animated mini-series with 6 episodes played by the Great Intelligence as the Ninth Doctor. That didn't last, I'm guessing was not canon now, but oh well. I'd say it's rarely okay. I mean, well, nothing else to say, really. It's alright. But then we got news of good old Russell and Julie Gardner that Doctor Who was returning. People were in disbelief, but the hype was skyrocketing. Christopher Eccleston to play the Ninth Doctor, the guy from 28 Days Later. Oh, and the pop singer called Billie Eilish.
I think I might have miscalculated.
Billie Piper to be the companion Rose. Fucking hell, imagine Billie Eilish as Rose. People were so excited for the return, and I mean, you better know when that released in March 2005, people watched. 10.81 million people watched. It was a success as it continued that line throughout the show until 2014, where it had 7 million viewers down to 4 million, but it's now up again with 9 million sitting on the 60th. But again, there was a little tiny drop, but that was expected. Now, hopefully, with the reboot again, with Doctor Who having a reboot again, so it's new Doctor Who. Let's just hope we get a repeat of when it peaks in 1966. Stop saying it. 2006.
Tegan, no!
Doctor!
There's nothing we can do!
We can't just leave him!
Face it, Tegan! He's drowned!